taken data for all four sides. I use the data generation Python code to take those pictures that we took and convert them into XYZ coordinates. So the first thing I had to do is to use color picker right here. So I used color picker to get the HSV bounds for each of the pictures. And then some of them required not too many thresholding, but some of them required a lot. So this is one side that was particularly bad. So here you can see I had thresholding for basically every single picture. Then once we get those XYZ coordinates, so I ended up with 4 text files. I imported each of those 4 files as different tables. Then I went through a process to sew those 4 different XYZ coordinates together. And a lot of it was really just trial and error. So the first thing that I did was I rearranged or I rotated the sides appropriately. So here's an example of one side that was rotated 180 degrees, other sides that were rotated 90 degrees. Some of the matrices were just flipped because that was a little bit easier. Then once I rotated them, I also translated some of the sides. So here are the X and Y coordinates for side number 3. So it was, in addition to being rotated, it was also moved by -5 in the X direction and plus 190 in the Y direction. And then I took each of them and put them back together in this XYZ matrix. But then I also ended up with a lot of extraneous dots, so then I removed those dots, those extraneous dots that weren't actually part of my target, by just having a simple cutoff. So in this case, the cutoff is if it's if my Z value is less than -22 or my Y value is greater than 100, then just cut it off. And when we do all that, this ends up with our final 3D point cloud of this mailbox. And the mailbox, it actually looks pretty good, right? So you can see the legs came out pretty well. This side is missing a little bit, but that was due to a data collection error. And you can see that there's a lot of good sloping on this side of the roof, and this side, as it relates to the mailbox, because there was this indent, you can kind of see that gap here as well. So overall, this 3D point cloud actually turned out pretty well.